Hello and welcome back to the shop. Today we are going to take a look at some extended reach Klein Tools needle nose pliers. There's two in here. There's a straight and a 45-degree angle pliers. They're 13 inches long. They have the double jointed thing going on here, and we'll take a closer look at that in our microscope. I've been seeing variants of these for quite a while now, and I never really pulled the trigger on any. Got a good deal on these and thought I would give them a go and see how they are. If you're keeping track, these are made in China. Okay, we have these things out, and right off the bat you can see a few things. The way they're made doesn't appear to be quite as nice as the USA made tools. The handles have a variant of that classic Klein grip, but it is not the same. It's similar, but not the same, and the finishing on the tool does not appear to be quite as nice as the stuff made here in the US. The pliers do work. You can see they're like double jointed, so the advantage is you can get a little bit of movement and get the tool to open rather than being way open just to get a little bit of movement at the other end. And it allows you to have the tool in a much tighter place to use it. They do kind of have the classic Klein marking here. It is laser etched in. We'll take a look at that in the microscope here in a bit. Let's take a look at the 45 handle. Same basic thing. See a few things that we can look at in the microscope that are kind of interesting. Same thing, you have your double jointed part of the pliers. So again, the advantage is you can use these more like a normal pliers. You don't have to move your fingers super far to get the tool to open up. How rigid these will be, I'm not sure, but we will find out. I will be taking these in the work carry and we will see how they hold up. So getting into these, first thing I noticed is the tips are pretty even the way they're ground, which is nice. They open very easily. The grind on the teeth is decent, and you can see that they go the same way, which makes for an interesting look. When it's closed, you can actually see the teeth end here on this side, but continue on that side. If we flip it, we see the exact same thing. Now, the mating surface of the jaws, because they are crosshatch alternately, that is going that way, that is going that way, so they create basically a V-notch between the two. Should help grab onto things. Now let's take a look at our first joint here. You can see it's riveted together. Here's actually the second joint, which allows the tool to open like this into that joint. And then that continues on down to the third joint right here. So it's actually three joints. You can see that spreads apart just like that. Everything works very smoothly. Let's take a look at these handles. We'll first Let's take a look at the Klein Tools. That is laser etched into the tool. Nothing wrong with laser etching, but it does seem to wear off over time. Taking a look at the handles. They're nice handles, but the fit and finish on them is not what your typical Klein handles are. They just don't have, you can see a little bit more of a ridge there. Try and get this so we can see it, but it's pretty hard in the microscope. They just, in person, they're not as nice. Here you can see the forging. Again, not quite the quality you see from USA Klein Tools. Taking a look at the 45s, we see something very similar. The teeth ending and the other side continuing. You can see the tips are pretty well matched and even. Something I always look for in pliers that speaks to the fit and finish and QC. Here you can see same basic thing we saw on the straight, just this one has a 45-degree angle bent into it. The bend is done nicely. It's not flattened or distorted at all. The pliers do seem to mesh very well throughout, so I can give them kind of props for that. The teeth on the 45, much the same as what we saw on the straight. There you can see the bend. Same thing, joint on it there, second joint here, and the laser etched Klein at the third joint. And we also see quality of the forging is not what we normally saw on other USA made Klein tools. To get into the handles a little bit better, let's use the regular camera. You can see here they just are a little more clunky. They don't have that feeling that the USA made Klein tools have. Here's a better look at how that joint works. You can see you have a joint here, here, and here. It's a nice design. It's not that it's unique to Klein, and there are other brands out there that you could get to get something like this, but I thought I would go for these to throw in the work carry, and we'll see how they work. For me, the feel of the handles, I would actually like these to be a little bit more closed. I find I have more power in my hand grip the more it's closed. That being said, if you squeeze this, you can see I can actually squeeze the handle together. Same with this one. I'm flexing the tool, which leads me to believe that you probably don't have a lot, there's probably going to be a lot of flex in these. So if you're really going after them to squeeze something, I'm going to guess that you're probably not going to get a whole lot of force on it. Let's take a screw head here and see what we get. Yeah. So I have a screw head in here. You can see we're right there, and I'm going to squeeze this. You can see I actually closed the handles. We're flexing everything in here. So I'm going to guess that you probably don't have a ton of force with this tool because you can just flex it. Now I don't know if that's just this version or how these are made. That's something I'd really like to know. Leave me a comment below if you have experience with these multi-jointed pliers and you notice a lot of flex. Again, these are kind of a niche tool that if you're in a bad spot to try and grab something, this is what you're going to go for. This is not going to be the needle nose that you go for everything to do. So if you lose a little bit of squeeze power with them, I don't know if that's really a horrible thing, but it's something I see here, and I'd like to be clear with everybody that that's something that I can see. There seems to be a lot of flex in everything here, and you kind of squeeze the pliers shut. Overall, I don't think these are too bad. If you can get a deal on them, I don't know that I'd pay full price on them, but if you can get a deal on them like I did, I think they're nice. And if you have them for the get me out of a fix situation and not your everyday needle nose, I think these are going to be great. Something that you can throw into the work carry and get yourself out of a pickle when you need to get into that area that's just too tight. It's a unique design, and it's early days in this design, and we may see some development on how these things work and how they go together, and we may see some improvements as time goes on. Let me know in the comments below, did you get a set of these? Did you break a set of these? Did you notice that if you try to turn things, this flexes? That's something that we could probably take a look at here in the microscope, that if we get this and I just push on it with my fingers, I can make this flex. Let's get that in focus. I just push on that with my fingers, I can make that flex. Now that does not speak to the ability of twist with this tool without deflecting it and making it not work very well. Same thing here with the 45. If I just push on that, I can create a decent amount of flex in the tool. So I don't think I would go too crazy twisting with this. You probably are more in it for the grab and pull situation, not so much the grab and twist. As far as the grab and pull, we have some rubber here. Let's just get in here and squeeze the rubber hard and try and pull it out. It has a good grip, and if you look, we have a good amount of marks that digs in. So this is just a rubber hose. It's nothing spectacular or anything like that that's overly hard to pull on, but you can see the teeth at least do seem to dig into rubber very well. So I would think rubber and or plastic are going to be fine with this tool. I don't think you're going to have problems with any of those, but if you start playing with metal, from what I'm seeing here, I'm thinking you're going to start twisting the tool up, and that will probably get a little frustrating. So let me know in the comments below, have you mangled one of these? What was the failure mode, and what were you using it for that it broke? I don't think these are overly robust. I think they're more to get into tough areas and try and get you out of a pickle type tool. I'd like to see them more robust, but I do not know if any of these are. So let me know in the comments below if you've had these or another make. If you think something is more rigid, maybe we'll take a look at them at some point in the future in another video. So let me know in the comments what you think, if you'd get them, if you have them. And as always, thanks for watching, and have a great day.